What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of AJ Porter Golf. Wanted to bring you in and bring you along for this ride. Since we've started this new series, I've received a ton of incredible feedback. So the only, maybe not negative feedback that I've received, but the only real other feedback I've received is, people just haven't had the time to get to it. So what I wanted to do was every single week, I want to sit down after we talk with our guests and summarize, in 3 to 5 minutes, basically what the big takeaway points are and, potentially what you can apply to your game. And then ultimately how it relates back to the mission of this podcast, which is what makes the difference, right? So what makes the difference between improving and not, making it to the next level and not, and whether that's eventually going to be in business or life or golf or whatever else. For right now, we're going to stay very focused into golf, but here in a couple weeks, we have a former NHL player coming on who's going to talk about his training of players that are in the NFL and what makes the difference with them. And then we also have a couple of other people, Olympic ski team, strength and conditioning coach that's going to be coming on as well. So a lot of really exciting stuff coming into what makes the difference. So please stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll go ahead and get right into it. So this week we sat down with Scott Fawcett. He is a genius. I don't know if you've ever come across his stuff. I think a lot more people nowadays have. He really sits down and breaks down course management down to the numbers, right? So a lot of people will say that course management's an art. It takes a while. It's a skill. He sits down with his decade system and says, all right, if you're XYZ handicap, you need to be thinking about it like this. Here's what Tiger did well. Here's what you need to do. This is the number play. I think a lot of people are utilizing that. Will Zalatoris is using it, Maverick McNeely, Bryson DeChambeau. A lot of these guys on tour are utilizing it. I don't know if it's half the tour that he's working with now, but it's up there. So that was a lot of the video. The other real key takeaway that I had from it that we're really going to keep trying to build upon, and we've spoken with other guests now actually about it, is he gave us 3 things that if you're someone who isn't maybe naturally gifted, whatever else, on a rocket ship, you've had a club in your hand from the time you're 3 and you have all the money in the world, you're maybe someone out there who is just a grinder, how you can make it to the PGA Tour or take it to the next level of your golf game. So his 3 big things were: 1, you're going to reach 180 mile an hour ball speed. That's for tour play. For scratch, it may be something like 150. Number 2 is you're going to be an incredible lag putter. I think this skill across every single handicap needs to be the same, in my opinion. I think if you are a tour level lag putter, it's going to be really hard to be a 15 handicap because you're not going to 3-putt. That's where a lot of 15 handicaps are losing their strokes, or on those 3-putts. So number 1, 180 ball speed, call it 150 for maybe scratch or 160 for scratch. Be an excellent lag putter. And then one that I really want to dive into a little bit is you have to meditate. So he gave the anecdotal story about Will Zalatoris whenever he was in the Masters, and still does this to this day, is whenever he wakes up in the morning, especially on a tournament morning, he'll put an AirPod in. He utilized the song Time from Inception to do a moving meditation, and he'll do that for 3 or 4 hours, and that just locks you into a state of where you need to be whenever you're preparing for your round of golf. I thought that was brilliant. We spoke next week. You'll hear from Ryan Sullivan, who is on stage 2 currently of Q School, and he spoke about the importance of a mindset, and we really dove into that. Christian Evans is going to be coming on after him, and we also spoke about mindset. So that's something that I really want to dive into of, okay, maybe you need to meditate. Maybe you need to do something like John Fogerty told me to do a million different times. John, I know you're watching out there, which is visualization and being able to basically manifest things, right? So similar to The Secret, he had me read the book The Secret. So I want to talk to these guys. Manifestation, I know, is going to be a big thing for Jeff Lavicchio. He talks about it quite a lot. So ultimately the goal of this is to kind of build you guys a list of, okay, we got to meditate, we have to do this physically, we have to do this mentally, and this is the roadmap, and then I'll be building content and actually trying it out so then you can follow along on that journey. So I hope you guys enjoy it. One of the other key takeaways that I always like to talk about with Decade is Scott talks about shaping the driver one way. That's another key takeaway. Honestly, I think he should probably put that in the benchmarks. He didn't, but that's one of the other really big ones. There's a ton of incredible information with Scott. I have a great interview coming up next week with Ryan Sullivan, who's currently in Stage 2 at Q School. I'm really excited for this. I think this is awesome, and I think it's really an honor to talk with these people who are experts in their craft and be able to learn from them and then be able to give that information to you. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Leave a comment down below if you're liking the new series. I've received a lot of comments for people that know me in real life that they're really liking this. So let me know and keep watching. Thanks.